full blast up in the booth at FedEx Field. They love their football in this part of the country, and this crowd is ready to go as their guys will match up with the Dallas Cowboys. Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What works in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. On first down, it's Newton. And incomplete to open things up.
Brandon, we saw these defenders fly into the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Here's 2nd and 10. At the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Newton now to throw. That is caught by Lamb. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all 11 on defense, able to stop this guy, unable to do it on that play.
Sweat able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. A lot of ground to cover. 2nd and 22. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
So after the INT, it's Kaepernick. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Kaepernick now on first down. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. DeMarcus Lawrence able to record his 5th sack of the season. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Kaepernick going to throw. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
On 3rd and long, it's Kaepernick. And this one caught by Beasley. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the first down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. Now on comes the Washington field goal unit. A 33-yarder from the left hash. And his kick is right there. It's good, and it's 3-0 Washington. Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put him in field goal range.
Yeah, one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed him to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Play action. It's Newton. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. I tell you what, CD, this Washington defense, very strong in the victory last week.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap. As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
On to punt now, Anger, as he boots this one away. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to... A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. Working from the gun. It's Kaepernick. It's just been a load for opposing offenses to account for. Now 8 interceptions on the year.
I love that number because I always think of center field. You know, when I hear 8, because that's the position you write in the scorecard in baseball. And what do good center fielders do? Take away all the alleys.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards. The give is to Elliott. And some space here. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
A gain of 26 yards. First down, Dallas.
Three 3-0 after one on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Newton. He'll get this to Elliott. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Eight yards to go on 2nd down. Now Newton. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Bobby McCain. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. And that was one I kind of saw coming, Charles. You had a free safety just hanging back there over the middle, waiting, and he saw that ball go in the air, and he jumped on it.
And I don't know why the quarterback didn't see that. That was just your standard cover 3, which means a free safety in the middle of the field, the 2 corners, and they divide the field in thirds. But when you have a free safety with range, like a good center fielder, he can go from side to side and make plays on the football as he did there.
2nd and 10. Kaepernick now to throw. Taking a shot for Samuel. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. Touchdown, Washington. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years, with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. On the return, Tony Pollard from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects it.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw.
And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. William Jackson with a pick. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
That catch good for only a couple.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. To throw, it's Kaepernick. Looking into the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8.
Watch 18. 18's the mic. Let's go, baby. Return up. Get that ball. Get that ball. Check. Hook. Hey, 91. 91. Hey!
From the gun, it's Kaepernick. Flushed out right, and he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of the 1st down. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. And his kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense, because they've ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. A 1st down carry by Elliott. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. I think you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9. Newton now to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. William Jackson with a pick.
Well, we heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in this first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question because a lot of it depends on the head coach.
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. DeMarcus Lawrence able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Check 26, check 26. Watch 18. 18's the mic. Pick me up. Here we go. Mike 18, Mike 18.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Shotgun snap now for Kaepernick. He'll check that down to Gibson out of the backfield. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. To throw is Kaepernick. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw, Kaepernick. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. You think you're going into halftime with a good-sized lead. Not so fast. That pick 6 really changes the complexion. Probably also changes the halftime speech.
No doubt about it. Instead of going in relaxed, you're probably a little more uptight right now. Probably a little bit angry. Let's see if they can get their focus back.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and the lead will shrink to 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Takes over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
Now Kaepernick to try again here after the pick 6. And he finds Beasley complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Mike 18, Mike 18. Not today, not today.
Here's Kaepernick to throw. Taking a shot for Samuel. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Curtis Samuel, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And Washington able to come up with a quick strike touchdown. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead now stands at 13. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Pollard to return from the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. And now here is another interception. Picked out by the rookie first-rounder, Jamin Davis. And he will bring it back to about the 11-yard line. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Kaepernick. They shakes him off. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Micah Parsons able to record his 5th sack of the season. Here's 3rd and long. Kaepernick needing a big play to counteract the sack. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. And this one is right through. And that will swell the lead to 16. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
It's a squibber picked up around the 27. And great field position coming up as he gets this just shy of the 45, out of bounds at the 44. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half. So
quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Throwing now is Kaepernick. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Back quite a ways here, facing 2nd and 19. Now Kaepernick. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Micah Parsons in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Here's 3rd and long. Kaepernick needing a big play to counteract the sack. They'll set up to throw. Now he's forced out right. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a first down.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there. Yeah, and this defense has had its share of problems getting guys to the ground, and here's another example. They never should have allowed this play to gain as many yards as it did, but poor tackling early in the play led to big yardage after the fact. On 1st and 10, here's Kaepernick. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Credit the sack to Leighton Vander Esch. Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18.
Check.
Here's Kaepernick. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep it.
And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Curtis Samuel, 29 yards. And Washington is able to stretch their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 23. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Benjamin St. Just. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. So 1st and 10. And if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack is a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense. That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw it, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to run.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions, that's prime pick 6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
Picked off by the rookie, Calvin Joseph. And the Cowboys are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. On 2nd and 11 now. Newton. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
I think most quarterbacks would love actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They could put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that.
Here's Brian Anger now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. That's taken at around the 40. Call that a 48-yard punt, and made even better by a loss on the return.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in, and they have not disappointed as they've got the big lead here in the 4th. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some 1st downs, just as good as running the football. Now here's a throw. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it without throwing interceptions or turning the ball over.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era when we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
The throw over the middle. It's brought down. His big game continues. Already has the 3 touchdown grabs, tacking on some more yardage and a 1st down.
And how precise has his route running been in this game? We just saw him get open yet again. And he's also made adjustments as the defense has tried to really stop him.
Into the red zone now. Kaepernick. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
On 2nd down, a run with Gibson. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Antonio Gibson with touchdown number 8 on the year. And this Washington offense continuing to add to their lead. Slide for the PAT. And the lead is now an even 30. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Pollard to return from the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A big play there on the screen pass. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
Jamin Davis, the rookie first-round pick, in on the tackle. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now a play fake, and it's Newton. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 51 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. From the 5, 2nd and 4. A give to Elliott. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
So after the penalty, now they need just a yard on 2nd down. Elliott, toss right. And this is not going to do it as he's stopped at the 2-yard line. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. And now whistles here and a flag down. Looked like someone got going a little early. Ooh, moving from his tight end spot there.
Do you think that perhaps the play call was for him?
Well, that's a tough, costly penalty because now it makes it 3rd and 6 after the false start. Again, it's Elliott. Oh, nice move. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now. Desperation time. Newton, 4th down. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And checking the timeouts. They do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. Oh, Kaepernick's going to throw it. Thomas has got it. Complete. And they can't bring him down. And he'll go out of bounds after getting this across the 15.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
On first down, Kaepernick slings this deep from McLaurin. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Kaepernick. To the right side and complete to Thomas. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives them much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
So it's Washington getting the victory.